For me, it was an instant yes. I was so relieved. I'd just been heartsick for weeks thinking about how this thing that we loved making was going to be all for naught. It was going to be a lost cause. And that, to me, was nothing compared to the allegations themselves and to the pain and suffering that were caused. But that was my feeling about it. And to have the situation reversed, this kind of Hail Mary pass, I was proud and I was excited to be a part of it. And I said, absolutely yes, anytime, any place. You know, it's a massive recalling of all kinds of people, props, and places. For instance, just before we did the reshoots, two weeks before the reshoots, they had released all of our costumes. All of our costumes flooded back into costume houses over London and Rome. So they had to go back and handpick these costumes out of warehouses. And for the most part, they found them. Some of them they did not. And everyone reassembled themselves, from his producers to his production staff to our amazing DP and our makeup artists. And people were working on other jobs simultaneously, so they would take time off from their other jobs and come in whenever they could, because that's the respect and love that we all have for Ridley. It's so interesting to me, you know, the climate that we're in now, the last 2 months, so different from where we started this year. And something that really strikes me the more I think about it and the more I talk about it is that Ridley not only has been making movies with women at the center for his entire life, he chose to do this movie before things started shifting. This is just the core of who this guy is he doesn't see man, woman, black, white. He just sees, like, I really like that story and I think I'd like to go tell it. And it gives me great pleasure to work alongside somebody like that. He gave me the floor. He treated me, you know, he's a titan. He's an 80-year-old legend. And he treated me like we came up together, like we were on the level, like we saw eye to eye. He gave me tremendous freedom and authority in a way that very few people have. He just treated me with such respect and deferred to me. I'm always happy to have another crack at work. I always feel like I'd go back to anyone that I've ever played and see if I could do any more justice by them or revisit them or say hello to them again or just have another experience there. I love my work. I love what I'm allowed to do, and I love the characters that I played. So I was happy to jump back in there and say hello to Gail again and put on my wig and suit up. Captain Von Trapp is coming to save the day. Captain Von Trapp is a real life hero. It was, you know, there was a scream in my household when I told my daughter what was happening and who was essentially coming to the rescue. And she wrote a card for him and sent me with questions and a little present, and we were wildly moved that this hero of ours was going to appear in real life.